Skinny legs.
Hello, this is our Viva week 5, and we're going to be telling you I'm not in the camera, there we go. And we're going to be telling you what we did. So, Monday,
4th of October. We had Ryan and we looked at the unit and objective, which gets us to the goal. And then we looked at like basically unit was a unit is like a different, how do I explain unit, like a different part of each thing that you're trying to get to the objective. So like each scene in a play or a movie is an objective to try and get to the objective, which is like the end or whatever the goal that they're trying to do in the movie. So then we had a task. We had done an example, like me and Sandra went to, we had loads of examples, but my example when I done it was me and Sandra went into the middle of the circle, and the super objective was for me to try and get the ring off her and for her to keep the ring. And so the units, like the things that I could do to get it off her were the units. Like I could try and be nice to her, I could say those were the units, me trying to get to my super objective. And then my objective overtook her one, and then she had 2 objectives. They changed it so she had 2 objectives and I still had 1, and it was for her to keep the ring and to order a drink, and that she was in a hurry. So then her objective took over mine because she had 2 of them, which made it kind of easier for her to overtake mine. And she had loads of units to get to her objective. And then, so we did that for everybody else, and then that was pretty much the end of the lesson.
to be honest, did you find any strengths to it?
Strengths were, when it's, I feel like it depends what your objective is, I think. Because when my objective was to get the ring, and I just kept making stuff up to keep going to try and get the ring off her, which was quite easy. And then, but for her, it's kind of hard to be like, okay, what can I say to make her get away from me? Because I have to keep this ring. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then,
like, if the ways don't work, then you just gotta keep going at it. Like, you start really nice, it doesn't work. Okay, how can I change that? I'll need to be more aggressive, maybe, or start threatening the person.
Yeah, exactly. And then the units were, the second time Sandra had quite a lot of units, she had a lot of units, so it was kind of easier for her the second time because she had a lot of reasons and stuff to say that would stop me from getting the ring, which kind of like shut me out. So it was easier for her. I'm going to read out the points that we got taught. So in Ryan's first lesson, when we, it's still with Ryan, but sorry. Anyways, so we learnt that in order to find good objectives on stage is to keep objectives focused on the other actors. They should be personal yet related to the character. So if I can relate to my character's current situation, but I need to keep being my character and not like turn it into myself, as I'm just myself, but I need to stay in character and be the character. Yeah.
And always come back to neutral.
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
Be creative, thinking outside of the box, and keep at the same time keeping it as simple as possible and natural. Because if, let's say, you think of a really amazing idea, but it doesn't come out as real as it should. Have a basis in real human life and should be real, not dead. To keep it as natural like the other one and simple as possible, and to not be boring, and to keep the audience hooked. Should be truthful so that everyone else can believe it. And so to make it not just the audience believes it, but also you as an actor believe it. Yeah.
I think my strength in that lesson with Tom was that when I was on the stage, it was me and Harry. Harry was the guard, and I was supposed to like get in, like wherever the location was. And Harry was trying to stop me, and I tried to convince him that I should get into it. So my objective was to get into wherever Harry was holding me. So I started off as being really calm, really nice, and like, can I please enter? And Harry's objective was to not let me go. So by blocking me, standing in front of me, that was his objective. So since that didn't work, I then resolved to be more threatening, which seemed to work a bit, but he still wouldn't let me in. So those little things, by just changing your emotion, can really be very helpful.
I feel like you had, in your example, you had a lot more objectives than Harry could, because you have like many reasons to get in. He has just one thing to just basically say no, like that's
No,
it.
you cannot get in. Right? As you just said, yeah. Weakness. Does I have any weaknesses? Oh, Joyce, do you have any strengths or weaknesses?
I didn't do that activity.
You wasn't in.
No, I was, but I wasn't doing any of the things.
Oh.
I was just watching.
Tuesday?
Alright, so Tuesday we had Tuesday we had Ryan. What do we do? Oh, we did mind the gap with him, but that was just a warm up really, so it was pretty fun to be honest. No, that was Tuesday. And after that Tom gave us a monologue. But it was from like famous singing songs more or less, yeah. So what Ryan wanted us to do was memorize the lines a little bit, and that was Tuesday.
No, the mind the gap was Thursday. I remember.
He's talking about.
No,
He's
I'm
talking about Tuesday.
Why did you say mind the gap was on Tuesday then?
I didn't say mind the gap.
You just did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, you did.
He's talking about the monologue.
You said we done the mind the gap on
Let him
Thursday.
talk.
Tuesday even.
Yeah, so sorry about that. So Ryan gave us a monologue. It was more or less like a famous song or whatever like that, and he wanted us to change the song to a monologue. And he's telling us now that when we go to auditions, who knows, the auditioners might give us something like that. They might give us a song and say change that to a monologue. And let's just say I found it pretty hard because it was a song. I'm like, how can I change a song to a monologue? But Ryan was saying to me that if I sort of change the way how it's saying, like get rid of that rhyming couplets, I think that's how you pronounce it, and if I have that sort of flow, then I'll be fine. So me and my partner Harry, that was him, we changed some of the words and we changed our emotions. So like when I said this line, I was like very angry, for example. And another line, I was very happy. So those like sort of little things which I did. So I changed it to like a happy, angry, sad, all sorts of stuff. And to be honest, my performance, it was good. The only thing that Ryan said I shouldn't do is move around without purpose. Otherwise, it's just not gonna look good. Do you remember what you did on Tuesday when we did that?
I did the Greatest Showman, and I found it a bit difficult because it has a lot of repetition. So I was kind of struggling to like break apart the song and make it into a monologue piece, kind of. That's one of my weaknesses. But other than that, I think I did quite alright. Because you have to you have to think about how you're going to deliver it, basically. In what way? How about you?
I found my one quite easy. I don't know. I found it fun as well to do. I had Little Mermaid, and I tried to make it as clear as possible that she wanted to, like, she was tired of where she was, and like, just like, because she wanted to get out, so I tried to make that as clear as possible, that she was angry a little bit. Yeah, I found it really easy though to act out and to turn it into a monologue, but I do need to focus on staying in character, because when I would turn the page, I would instantly come out of character, just start smiling, and then also projection as well. I think I need to work on. But yeah.
I forgot to say, my one was Hercules. I just didn't make that clear.
So Thursday, yeah?
Thursday, what do we do? Oh wait, sorry. How I can use that in my life? Probably just practice my lines a little bit more. Then I'll get like the flow. So yeah, Thursday.
Yeah, on Thursday we had a voice lesson with Ryan. Sorry. We had a voice lesson with Ryan, and basically we were saying how important our voice is, so like not to strain it as much because that could lead to damage in the long run. Because if you're going to be doing like a lot of shows, you need to look after your voice, otherwise it will affect your performance and stuff like that. And then we did this thing as well, like I think it's an exercise where you have to say mind the gap, and like you have to put your hands like really in your waist, and then you have to say mind the gap without actually moving your hand yourself. You'll move it.
Do you want to show an example?
Yeah.
So I do it. Alright. No,
okay.
I mean you do the example.
So you go like, well, you can't really see it, but you're like mind the gap, like, and you have to repeat that until you feel like
look at our arms.
kicking it. Yeah. So yeah, so we did that, and I feel like I kind of struggle with looking after my voice, because if I'm shouting, I don't shout from like my stomach, which is good. I like shout from my throat, and it's because our what's it called?
Vocal cords.
Our vocal. What's the professional word?
Larynx.
Our larynxes are very like thin. They can break easily, so any slight like strain on it will ruin it, and it'll have your voice like raspy, and like just you could lose your voice. So you don't want to do that. I feel like next time, like if I'm playing a role, I should try to like control that as well, because that could improve my performance better. Yeah.
More for the voice as well is that Ryan taught us like how like to prepare your voice for like performances and singing wise. So
like you can do massages and stuff. That's really good to keep your thing. Yeah.
And like how like certain foods can like clog up. That's like
clog up. Yeah.
Clog up like you know what I mean, like clog up like your vocal cords and all that. So stay away from like dairy products and try to eat a little bit more. I wouldn't say sugary, like too much sugar, because you know too much sugar is bad for you. But
just have enough.
Just
Have the right diet. You don't have to like starve yourself or like eat vegetables every 5 seconds, but it's have a balanced diet. Watch what you're eating.
Oh, and when you're trying to clear your voice as well.
Drink water.
No, when you're trying to clear your voice as well, that's a good fact.
Yeah.
Your vocal cords, like if I go, they bash together, and the more I do it, the more I can damage in my vocal cords. So
every time you have like he said, every time you have a sore throat, just drink some water. It'll moisturize, because if it's a dry cough, it will like soothe the cough a bit, so it's not as like rough on the larynx.
So yeah, more or less just get plenty of sleep, drink water, have the healthy
hydrated.
diet, and stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Friday.
Look after your voice.
Yeah.
Am I doing Friday?
Let's all take turns.
Okay, yeah.
Alright, Friday we had Gary.
Sorry.
I'll go first. So we started off by watching everybody else's videos, which was really good for everyone, because that was actually,
well done, guys.
It was really nerve-wracking for everyone, because it was like so unexpected to do, and it was our first time
working on camera as well.
And we would look back at it and see if we looked presentable, because one thing he told us was to look like we want to be there, and like we're easy to work with and presentable, not like you
want to go
wanna
home.
be there.
Yeah.
For example,
Joyce.
For example,
Ricardo.
Let's just say
his face changed. Like he was happy, and then all of a sudden he was angry. Like
I didn't even realize I was doing it. Like Gary started talking to me, and I was all happy, and then all of a sudden my face changed to like a
I want to
pissed
kill
off
you.
face. More or less, I want to kill you face.
So the moral of the story is basically, even if you don't want to be there, you have to look like you want to be there. Otherwise, the moment you walk in, that's when they know, I like how this person is, I might hire them.
They want to know you're easy to work with as well.
They don't want someone that's going to be like, no. Like, you don't want that.
And if you're not good at that, just
fake it till you make it.
Fake it. And then as soon as you walk out the door, make sure they can't hear you still. Just be like, "Phew, it's done. Good. Couldn't stand those people." But they don't have to know that.
Yeah, they don't have to know it. Keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
Be positive.
Then
Oh yeah, then we went back with the cameras again. We was looking at all the stuff, what we was talking about. And then we did the 2-shot and wide shot? No.
Over shoulder.
Over the shoulder and 2-shot. So basically, someone standing here.
This is 2-shot.
Yeah, this is 2-shot. And
off
then
the shoulder is like when the camera's
Yeah.
like
Do you want to show
here.
us like
So
that?
like,
Yeah. So like you're
something.
there and you're there to there, but like
Yeah.
And then we'd have to cross over so the other person's
Yeah, but it's not like switching. But you have to like
make
figure
it
out.
as natural as
But like,
possible.
oh,
Don't touch me.
don't touch me.
Kind of like that. You get it?
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, so
Because in movies, that's what we see. So we have to practice that because depending on where you stand, that could ruin the whole scene. Like, so if I was like, and like the person's there, you can't really see anything. And then they have to restart the whole thing. It's just really long and just a lot of money gone.
we also learned that it's not just us. Like if we want to adjust a position, if you look carefully in some movies, you will notice some actors like when they move to a certain place, you will notice like them just moving to another space to like adjust their position so they're in camera. So Gary said like it's just a big step of becoming a good film actor, really.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But I feel like one of my weaknesses is finding where I am because you're not allowed to look at the screen. Because in the real world, you're not gonna have a projector. If you mess it up, you mess it up. You have to start again. So I need to work on like where like I'm positioned because I don't want to affect the whole scene and then have to go through all that.
My strength is knowing where to stand in front of the camera because I sort of like memorize my surroundings, so I know like okay, without looking at the camera or anything else, I will know to stand here or stand there or just adjust my position a little bit.
Yeah.
And yeah.
What are you?
I feel like I don't know. Okay, maybe the first time we done it was a bit hard, but this time it was kind of easier. But no. My weakness is I need to figure out where positions. I need to figure out where we're positioning because
Well, we'll get there eventually. We're all learning. At the end of the day,
At the end of the day.
we're amazing.
Yep. And that was it.
That's not
Yeah.
it.
That is it.
Oh yeah.
We recorded it.
No.
Remember?
We
That's what
recorded
we was talking about.
Yeah, we recorded it.
Oh.
We're gonna get feedback this week.
Yeah, we're getting feedback this week. So stay tuned for our next episode.
Like
Bye,
and
guys.
subscribe.
Stay positive.
So like and subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe. No joking.